Everywhere you look, businesses are being judged not just by their profits, but by how responsibly they treat the environment, their employees, and their communities. Investors, regulators, and even customers want to know, is this company sustainable? Is it ethical? Does it follow good governance practices? That's where ESG ratings, short for environmental, social, and governance, come in. ESG ratings are like a sustainability scorecard for companies. They help investors identify future-ready businesses, guide banks in making lending decisions, and build trust with customers. Globally, ESG assets under management are set to cross $40 trillion by 2030, and India is quickly catching up. With SEBI making sustainability reporting mandatory for listed companies, the demand for credible ESG rating services is rising fast. For entrepreneurs, this creates a massive opportunity, a business that is not only profitable, but also plays a key role in shaping India's sustainable future. Here's what we'll cover. The target audience for your ESG rating business. Market research and analysis with growth data and key trends. Marketing and sales strategy to build credibility. Financial planning including setup cost and profit margins. Funding and investment options you can explore. Company incorporation and legal requirements. Supporting documents you'll need. And finally, how Market Research Universe can help you build and scale your ESG venture. Stick around with us as Market Research Universe, MRU, will explain it all for you. This video is part of MRU Navigator for Business Planning. MRU Navigator for Business Planning is a go-to-market platform designed for startup business planning, real-time market trends, forecasts, competitor insights, business niche identification, and opportunity tracking. Through this platform, you'll get free business plan templates across various sectors, real-time market trend tracking, market size and potential analysis, and insights into trending business niches and opportunities. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up for a free account today. Target audience. ESG rating services in India have a diverse and growing customer base. Listed companies that need to comply with SEBI's sustainability reporting or BRSR, banks and financial institutions that must assess ESG risk before lending, asset managers, venture capitalists, and private equity firms looking for ESG-compliant investments, large corporates and SMEs aiming to strengthen their reputation with clients and investors, export-oriented businesses catering to global partners who demand ESG credentials, even government agencies and policymakers who require accurate ESG data for regulatory frameworks. With India's investment market shifting toward responsible finance, this target audience is only going to expand. Market research and analysis. The Indian ESG industry is still in its early growth phase, but expanding rapidly. India's ESG investment market is projected to touch $125 billion by 2030, growing at an impressive CAGR of over 40%. SEBI has made ESG disclosures mandatory for the top 1,000 listed companies, creating a steady demand for rating services. Banks are adopting sustainability-linked lending, where interest rates depend on a company's ESG performance. Global investors are pouring funds into Indian companies with strong ESG scores. Key trends driving growth include a rising investor appetite for green and social bonds, a corporate shift from CSR-driven compliance to strategic ESG adoption, integration of AI, blockchain, and big data into ESG analytics, increasing pressure from global supply chains demanding ESG compliance from Indian exporters, and growing interest in sector-specific ESG ratings like energy, real estate, and BFSI. Major players like CRISIL, CareEdge, and Acquit are already active, but there's plenty of room for independent rating agencies, tech-driven startups, and niche ESG service providers to thrive. Marketing and sales strategy. To succeed in this industry, credibility is your biggest asset. Here's how you can build it. Position your firm as a transparent, independent, and reliable ESG rating agency. Use globally recognized frameworks like GRI, SASB, or UN SDG benchmarks. Build partnerships with banks, VC funds, and consulting firms. Now, for promotion tactics, you should publish white papers and industry insights on ESG trends, host webinars and workshops with business associations like CII or FICHI, use LinkedIn and B2B platforms for outreach, and offer pilot ESG assessments to SMEs to showcase value. Remember, in this industry, your reputation and methodology will define your success. Financial planning and profit margins. Starting an ESG rating service requires an investment of around 20 to 40 lakhs, depending on scale. Here's a typical breakdown: technology platform and data analytics tools will need about 10 to 12 lakhs. Hiring ESG analysts and researchers takes 6 to 8 lakhs. Legal, branding, and certification costs are 2 to 3 lakhs. Marketing and outreach require 4 to 5 lakhs. And office setup and operations come to about 3 to 4 lakhs. On the profit side, ESG rating services typically enjoy 30 to 50% margins. Once the rating methodology and technology are built, the business scales with lower incremental costs. Break-even is usually achievable in 18 to 30 months. And with growing ESG adoption, returns can climb quickly, especially with export and international collaborations. Funding and investment options. Funding is easier to attract in this space because ESG is a global priority. Options include bootstrapping for small-scale operations, MSME loans, and SEBI schemes linked to sustainability, Startup India Seed Fund for innovative ESG models, impact investors and ESG-focused venture funds, and international development banks and climate finance organizations. With ESG being a hot topic, institutional investors are actively seeking credible ESG rating startups in India. Company incorporation and legal setup. Before you launch, it's really important to get your business legally structured. A private limited company is honestly the best option if you're looking to scale and attract investment. For smaller firms, you can actually start as LLPs. Now, the mandatory registrations include GST registration, Udyam MSME registration, SEBI registration if you're planning to rate financial instruments, trademark registration for your brand, compliance with SEBI BRSR and MCA guidelines, and of course, data protection and confidentiality policies. Supporting documents. You'll also need a few crucial documents. These include identity and address proof of all founders, MOA and AOA for company incorporation, a detailed ESG rating methodology, financial projections and your business plan, client contracts and non-disclosure agreements, and finally, regulatory compliance declarations. How market research universe can help. Setting up an ESG rating business is, well, pretty complex. It needs thorough research, regulatory clarity, and a credible go-to-market strategy. That's where Market Research Universe, or MRU, comes in. We provide our services real-time market research and competitor intelligence, customer segmentation, go-to-market strategies, marketing campaign strategy, business plan, pitch decks and financial models, business registration, regulatory compliances and documentation. With MRU, you can confidently build and scale your ESG rating service. An ESG rating service is more than just a business. It's your chance to shape India's sustainable future while building a profitable venture. With the government really pushing for ESG disclosures and investors demanding transparency, the timing honestly couldn't be better. If you focus on credibility, innovation, and trust, you can absolutely establish a successful ESG rating firm that makes both economic and environmental sense. So, if you're ready to enter one of India's fastest-growing financial sectors, this is the right time to start your ESG rating journey.
Every great success story begins with a vision. But what if you had a roadmap to turn that vision into reality? Introducing MRU Navigator for Business Planning, your go-to-market platform for startup business planning, real-time startup market trends, forecasts, competitors, opportunity, and business niche tracking. Imagine this. You're standing at the starting line of your business journey. What if you already knew where the hurdles were? What if you had a strategy before you even took your first step? That's exactly what MRU Navigator for Business Planning does. It gives you a clear, data-driven roadmap to navigate the startup world with confidence. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned business owner, MRU Navigator gives you the power of foresight with business plan reports and templates, ready to use, professionally designed to fast-track your startup journey, real-time market trends, dashboard, stay ahead of industry shifts and make informed decisions, competitor and opportunity analysis, identify gaps, analyze competition, and uncover hidden opportunities, business niche tracking, spot emerging trends before they explode into the mainstream. Your success isn't a matter of chance, it's a matter of the right plan. Let MRU Navigator for Business Planning be the launchpad to your entrepreneurial dream. Your startup's journey begins with the right plan. Start with MRU Navigator for Business Planning for real-time market trends, opportunities, and business niche tracking. So what are you waiting for? Sign up your free account today.